Hello everyone and welcome to Elizabeth Hogarth Designs. Today I'm going to be creating clean and simple Christmas cards that you can make ahead of time. In this video I'll be showing you how to design and craft beautiful Christmas cards using three standard sizes: 4x6, 6x4 and 6x6. These sizes are not only easy to make but also cost effective to send. When making Christmas cards, it's important to plan ahead and start early. Create clean and simple cards. Think of the postage and make cards in bulk. Throughout this video, I'll be using standard white cards. So we've got the 6x4, the 4x6 and the 6x6. I'm using products from last year. Don't go out and buy anything new. Use up the stock that you have. So in this case I'm using the 12 Days of Christmas from Craft Consortium. I've got some of the 6x6 papers left. I've got the very versatile stamp set, and I've also included some of my festive sentiment stamps as well. And in addition, I'm going to be using a Christmas gift that I had last year that I haven't used, which is a Spellbinders die set. I think it was called the 12 Days of Christmas, and you can use it to die cut and then use embroidery threads to stick designs in. I've got some versatile washi tape, and then I'm using my own set of sentiment stickers that I made up last year to accompany the 12 Days of Christmas. You can find these on my Etsy store, but I have printed them in white on black and black on white. I've got a contemporary design and a more classic design, but more details in my Etsy shop. So in every card style I'm going to show you how to make the same style of card for three different card shapes. So the first set we're going to be making incorporates the stamps. Now these were stamped and coloured last year, and I would recommend, if you're not feeling crafty, to do a simple task like stamping and colouring, and then on a day like today you're working ahead of time. So while I prepare these cards up, I want to quickly talk about how I'm going to use the theory of thirds in my clean and simple card making. So we're going to divide each card into three equal parts, both horizontally and vertically, and in my mind I'm creating a grid, and then by placing the key elements along these lines I can achieve a balanced and visually appealing layout. So this technique allows me to keep the cards clean and simple, and then that means that the details are not overlooked. On these three cards I'm working on the lower third, so imagine that the 4x6 card here is broken up into thirds horizontally, so the sentiment is going in the middle of the lower third and the topper is going in the second third. On the 6x4 card I'm putting the 2/3 together so that the sentiment is sitting in the second third and the washi tape is sitting in the lower third. And then on the 6x6 card I'm going to use a wider piece of pattern paper, just an offcut from the 6x6 pad, and this will sit in the middle third, the second third of the card. Once you can see the idea behind it, it becomes easier to create quick and simple layouts on cards. and you'll find that with practice your eye will automatically be drawn to the thirds, the horizontal thirds within your cards, and this is how you're able to create fairly quick, clean and simple cards. So now you've seen how the layouts work, I'll work through each individual card so that you can see the designs. So I'm going to put the 10th fold, the 4x6 card, in my stamping platform, and I'm going to use my T-ruler to line up the sentiment, and then the already coloured image will be added above this in the second third. I'm using the VersaFine Clair to stamp the sentiment, and then I'm going to add in the topper. Because I want to make cards quickly, because Christmas is the time of year when you make more cards generally, I'm creating the sets of cards in threes, so the task is almost the same. Here I'm adding the washi tape to the lower third, and again I'm going to add in one of the toppers. The ideas are simple, but if they work, then you might as well stick to the plan. And again we've got the 6x6 cards, and this time we'll use the pattern paper to add some interest, and then we will incorporate the 3 toppers along the panel. I'm using foam tape to lift up the toppers, and I preferred the look of this, so I do go back to the first 2 cards and add foam tape toppers to those as well. Each card is finished with one of my sentiments, which I kept as near to the topper as possible, and then here you can see me adding either pale green or white sequins in the triangular pattern to guide the eye across the design. I also decided to add some stickles. I used a combination of a green, on the leaves and then a clear white on the other elements. Although the cards are simple to make, it's nice to add a subtle bit of sparkle for festive cards. Next, I will use the same theory again, clean and simple cards, but this time I'm going to be incorporating my die cuts from Spellbinders. Ahead of filming, I die cut the Joy, the matte and the layer, in either white or blue glitter card, and I stitched the central zero using red or gold metallics. If you want to see further details of this, then let me know in the comments below. But this video is focusing on card design and layout. So back to these three cards, and again I'm looking at how I can use the thirds of the card using pattern paper and featuring the Spellbinders dies. I used this technique quite a bit last year with my card making, with some lovely comments received, and it's a matter of using a triangular piece of pattern card and offsetting it with the clean white space so that your eye again is drawn around each of the elements of the card. And there you have the three finished cards. On to the final three cards, and this time we're going to be doing a quick and easy way of using your watercolour inks to create very pretty festive cards. So I'm going to be using my pink ink watercolours, and I discovered that you literally only need a small dot. You don't even need to use the pipette inside these bottles. You're literally using the tiniest of dots, which can then be watered down and used to colour all of these cards and more. I wanted the final 3 cards to have a younger feel about them, so rather than stamping in black, I've used the baby pink VersaFine Clair inks, and I'm working through each one of the card sizes and creating various styles of pattern. So here we've got the 3 dancers dancing in a group, and then I'm going to have one single dancer on her own. This is the cleanest card, and this one could be used as a birthday card. And then I'm making the most of the stamping platform to line up and move along the dancer, and by stamping off the card itself, I'm creating more of a movement from making your eye go from left to right rather than just a standard pattern. The advantage of working in groups of 3 is that by the time you have stamped out the 3rd card, the 1st card is ready. So here I'm loading up my brush with the smallest amount of the palest of the pink, and you will see as I go along that I managed to colour in the skin tones of I think 5 of the dancers, and it just proves that a little really does go a long way. If you're not confident enough to stamp and colour directly onto your card base, then I would recommend using a second piece of watercolour card and then trimming it down and then using it as a panel to add to your card. So I'm using a simple water brush here and adding the lightest of touches to colour in the dancers, and then I will work my way back through again and colour in all of the tutus using shades of pink and purple and blue. I'm going to finish these pretty cards by adding some white sparkles. I think these three cards in particular will be good for the winter months. You can adapt the designs for winter birthdays. I'm hoping that you can see that by mixing up the stamps and the dies and the toppers that you're using, you will be able to make very personalised cards very quickly and effectively. And of course, because we're sticking to the smaller card sizes without layers and layers of embellishments, these will be cost effective to send. Later on we can work on more intricate, luxurious designs which we can give to our friends and family in person. Each of these 9 cards is unique but follows the same design theory of clean and simple card making. I hope this video inspires you to create your own Christmas cards and enjoy the process of crafting something heartfelt and beautiful for your loved ones. Thank you for watching today. Don't forget to check out my Etsy store for the sentiment strips and stay tuned for more crafting tutorials from Elizabeth Hogarth Designs. Take care. Bye bye for now. Happy crafting.